Our topic today is art on a string. The idea is that you create art elements. Here is a very simple sample. You draw elements, you color them, you cut out them, and you put them on a string. And then you decorate your room or a door entrance or any part of your apartment. So there will be a few steps of work, and I'm going right now to show these steps and to explain them. First of all, which elements you will create. You need to choose your theme. It might be flowers. It might be sport objects, sport items. It might be something else. But the most important part is that the objects that you select have a very easy shape to draw, so that you can easily draw them, you can color them successfully, and you can cut out them. If you take, for example, a car, it might be possible to draw. It is a good idea, but the car has many details inside, so it will take more time to draw one car. And you need a few objects, at least 3, or I would suggest 5 to 7 objects, so that you have really nice long string. Like imagine if you have many objects, then you can see them hanging down on a string. So that's why I recommend to take objects that are not very difficult to draw, that are very clear and easy to fill with color. They don't have inside many details. So flowers, if you take, also I use simple shapes, recognizable but simple. It might be a leaf. And if it is sport equipment, then I also take not a bicycle, which is complex and has a lot of details, but simple objects. Most of these elements I already drew, so I took time, maybe about half an hour, to draw these elements. And of course, it's absolutely fine if you open internet and find online images that you copy from. This is fine, because you need to draw images that look like what you want to draw. So copying in this case is absolutely fine, because it's not someone's work, it's just general items. So I drew most of them, and the last one that is left is a rocket for tennis. And I would like to show you how to draw this rocket, because it's not very easy. So I prepared for you a big circle, and then a little bit lower I made another one smaller circle. So in this case, when we connect these two circles, we will have more like oval shape, because the rocket for big tennis is not fully round. It's more like oval. So then we need to draw the handle. We have the central line. Then you can use the ruler. It's absolutely fine. And you can make 2 additional lines to make it a bit more thick. And then again, you just make smooth transition from the main body part. And actually this will be very good because it has this part visible, and then it has thick part of a handle. And then we draw a handle and you can draw and then you erase that parts that you don't need to see because they are just supportive. And then you also can make this thickness of wooden part. Just take time nicely to go, trying to keep the same distance. Just make it as neat as possible. Just be slow. You see, I don't hurry up. I just rotate paper and make this part. And then you can take, if you want, you can take a ruler, or you can draw the net just like this. And if you want, you can leave white inside, or you can add light color when you color it. And so you will finish. So I just show you main parts how to do this. So you can draw strings and you will finish it. So when you have your work, your outline drawing completed, then it is time to color. You can color using color pencils, or you can color with paint. It's up to you how you prefer. So I am going to color this volleyball ball with watercolor. So you can use more brighter colors so that you have really bright and nice images. These lines on the ball, this you can use either, I wouldn't use black marker or gel pen. I would use brown or color pencil if you have good quality that can be visible, but the marker or felt pen or gel pen might be even better. So you color your objects, and with paint it might be a bit faster. And then you can color other elements. So you just need to color everything. Or maybe I will color weights in blue color. And then I will go, so I will color here the top part. So it will be easier then to go down, and while I'm working down, the paint on the top part will dry without any problems. So it's more convenient to paint from top to the bottom. So let's do like that. So so you take big piece of paper, you put several elements, you draw several elements on this big piece of paper, color them, and only after you finish coloring and they are dry, only after that you can cut out. Of course, if you first cut out and then color and you have good result, it's not a mistake at all. The only problem is you may have much harder time doing this way, like first cutting out and then coloring. So I recommend that you first draw and color, and only after that you cut out everything. So please pay attention. How much time does it take for me to paint? And definitely it took time to draw, so it is not 5 minutes, and even if it is not 15 minutes work. It is really time-consuming work because you need to have good quality drawing, recognizable objects, so it takes time. So your job is to color all elements so that you have everything in color, and only after that we will come to the next part of our work. So please watch how I keep the brush, how I rotate paper so that I go with the brush nicely along the outline. I rotate because if I rotate, I can see how the tip of the brush comes near the outline and doesn't go outside. Actually, because you're going to cut out, it's not very big problem if you go a little bit outside of the shape. But if you try not to go outside, you will develop your painting skills, control over the brush and your hand, which is also very good for future work when you really need to control it and to be very careful about staying within the borders. So that's why I recommend to put effort and time and color it well. Okay, so as soon as you complete coloring everything that you drew, then it is time to cut out. So I put aside this to dry, and I take another one which is prepared, and I will remind you if you remember already, or I will just teach you if you are first time watching this, how to cut. So how to cut quickly and successfully and nicely so that you have really good cutout. So we have many elements. First of all, we need to cut big piece of paper into small parts, as small as possible, because then it will be much easier to work with the object and cut out it. So you separate and make this smaller piece of paper, less outside, much easier to manipulate it. Then the rule number one, when you cut out, you open and slowly close scissors and you rotate paper. You do not rotate scissors, you rotate paper. So you open scissors, you close them, and you rotate paper. Why I left corners? Because corners we cut from outside, we cut inside from here and from here. That's how you cut corners, sharp corners, how to cut inside these corners, from one side and then from another side, from one side and from another side. If you do like this, then you have very good quality result. The same we go from this side. We cut from here and then we go from this side. We rotate paper, but we do not rotate paper inside the corner. We just approach this corner from two different directions, from outside, and meet inside. And the same is here, from outside inside, and you meet in the point, in the peak, like that. That's how you cut. And then how you have really well done corner. Okay, the same from here. And that's why it is better to have small space of paper outside, because it's much easier to reach this inside corner. And we rotate paper. Remember, rotate paper. Okay, so that's how we have our nice cutouts. Here are the same corners from one side. Let's make it very, very close so that it's much easier, just on the top of this. And then it will be easier to cut them out. So it will take time, but if you put time into your work, you will have lovely result. If you hurry up, you will have very casual work and it will not look really good. So remember, if you want other people enjoy your work, do your best. Because in this case you will have very nice shape. So you need to cut out every element that you drew and painted. Okay, I will probably put it now in a hyperlapse video, because it will take a lot of time, and I assume that you already understood that it is time-consuming work. Now we work on the last part. We put these elements, all elements that you prepared, we put them on a string. We need two strings, and I will explain why two, because it will be better balanced and easier to hang. And we need to put them on the other side. You need to flip over your elements and you place them as you like. And we need clear tape. And then what we do, we put one string a little bit on the side, not in the center, not in the middle. And you have at the top, you have kind of enough long part, as long as you need. For example, if you want to do it from hanging from the very top part, like from the ceiling or the doorway, so then you need longer. So you will measure it, and then you cut a piece of clear tape and you attach it and you fix your string. But remember, you need to fix only the part that is paper part, not visible from the other side. Okay, so if you want, you can add another piece to fix it stronger. It's okay. So you can put 2 pieces. So you will make your choice how to fix it well. Maybe a bigger piece of tape. Okay. And then you pull your string and make another part. And you decide the distance. It's only up to you which distance you want to have between your elements, how long it will be. So this is your artistic decision. Okay, so you've done one part, and then you put another part, another string on another side. It might be. So you need to adjust how you think it is better. So it's up to you how you adjust string and elements, your flowers or your sport equipment. So you make your adjustment. And here we have small petals, so you need smaller piece of paper so that it is not visible. So on one petal and then on another. And maybe even on a third will be better fixed. So then very small part, we cut very small part and fix it here. Okay, now we can fix the top, make a knot. So it's one top, and if you need, you can make a loop so that you can put it on a hook, and then you have this nice art on a string. And the last part will be a photo of it hanging down. I will find a nice place and I will hang it down. So it will be the last photo, the last image of this work. You can see that it is now hanging from the handle on my window. However, I don't see clearly the image because it is very bright outside and it is like silhouette my artwork that I made. So this place is good for hanging and enjoying, but not good to take photo and submit it. So let's find another place. Here's another place on a wall that it is light, under sun rays, bright, and my work is visible. And now this is a good place to take photo and submit your work.